Welcome to the part 4 of our Python course. So in today's video or in this lecture, we are going to uh, do a program that takes input of Celsius temperature and converts that temperature to Fahrenheit. So basically we are going to apply all the things or most of the things that we learned in the previous parts. This is a very simple program. If you know the equation, you can just take the input and convert the value of Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's what we are doing here. So I'm using the same program file that we created for the previous parts. I've not created anything new. I've just removed the code that is present in this file. I'm going to add in some codes uh, or some Python code I'm going to add here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to type is I want to print out that this is a Celsius to Fahrenheit converter. So uh, Celsius to Fahrenheit converter is the name of the program. So I just want to print that to the user. So I put that in a print statement. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the input from the user. Like the user has to enter the Celsius value. So I'm going to create a variable which is named as Celsius is equal to, it should be an input, and I'm prompting the user to enter the Celsius temperature. So the user will enter. Now this input we have discussed in the previous examples or previous while we are discussing about inputs. It will only read as a string. Now we want to take it as either an integer or a floating point number. Generally temperatures will be decimal values, like for example 23.4 or 30.5, like that. So we are going to give it as a float. So float, and then I'm going to close. So this input, whatever input the user is entering, it is converted to a float. So now this part of the code, it is taking the Celsius temperature from the user. Okay, now converting that to Fahrenheit. For that, converting to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit. So just apply the formula here. So I'm going to define a variable which is called Fahrenheit is equal to, so that's a variable, and that is equal to Celsius, C is in capital. So now it is, see here it is recommending or giving us options. What do you want? So there is a variable defined, so that's why it is V Celsius. It's a variable. So it says select that variable, and then the equation is this star 9 by 5. Now we'll put the whole thing in bracket. This is the equation, plus 32. So this equation will convert the Celsius value to Fahrenheit. So Celsius into or star 9 by 5 plus 32. This is the equation. Now I'm going to print out the result. For that you can simply use a print statement or you can use a formatted print statement. This time I'm going to use the formatted print statement. So that's a print f in double quotes. We are going to type temperature in Fahrenheit equals, then I'm going to in curly braces going to call the Fahrenheit variable. Okay, or if you want to, you can also print the Celsius temperature. So print again and print F. F should be small and in double quotes. Uh, Temperature, yeah, in Celsius equals, then in curly braces, call the Celsius variable. Okay, let's try to run this. So very simple program which takes the input as a floating point value, do the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit and print out both the results. And temperature in Celsius is equal to temperature in Fahrenheit is equal to this. So this print statement we have already discussed in the previous parts. So let's run this and see. Okay, so it is a Celsius to Fahrenheit converter. I'm going to give the temperature as 23.2. It should definitely take the floating point because it is accepting float here. Okay, so temperature in Celsius is 23.2. Temperature in Fahrenheit is that. If you want to convert with one more example, temperature in Celsius, I'm going to give as 34.2. Let's see. Fahrenheit is 93.56. So this is the conversion formula. So just like this, we have just taken an example. You can do whatever formula you want. You can do it like this. You can take input from the user. You can apply that input to an equation, can get a result and print out the result. So these kind of programs we can do very easily in Python programming languages. So if you know the the way you take the input, the way you print out the values, the way you incorporate a value in a print statement, all those things are important to do these operations. Okay, so this was a very basic or simple example of converting a Celsius value temperature to a Fahrenheit. Let's see the next part.